Good morning, Desert Sands Unified School District community. This is Sean Webb. I'm your Director of Community Engagement, and you're watching Classroom Conversations. I want to go ahead and thank the Desert Sands Educational Foundation for providing this opportunity for us, where they provide this format. And before we continue on, I want to read their mission statement. The Desert Sands Educational Foundation secures funding and awards money to provide supplemental resources that enrich and enhance student learning in Desert Sands Unified School District. They do that in partnership with public and private sectors. Desert Sands Educational Foundation financially supports creative and innovative programs that enrich and enhance the educational experience in academics, the arts, and extracurricular activities that engage all students and staff in Desert Sands Unified School District. So thank you, DSEF Board, for providing us this opportunity to make sure that we get this well-needed information out to our families and we've got 30,000, almost 30,000 students. So we definitely have some very, very important information that needs to go out each and every day. So we'll go ahead and continue on here. Just me today. Chef Mary, unfortunately, cannot make it today, but I'm going to give you some quick information, some of what's coming up in Desert Sands. First thing up, the DSUSD Meal Challenge. What we're going to do there is I've been talking with Dan Capello, and he's our nutritional services director. And what we've been talking about is we want to see our students and our families enjoying our meals that are coming out. We have meal distribution that's been going on since March. And as people are aware, we have meals going out from Mondays and Wednesdays at many of our school sites. I believe it's 30 out of the 34. We did condense a little bit. But we got meals going out from 7 to 9:30. We've got couple thousand meals going on each and every day. So I want to make sure that our people are eating well and so forth, but we also want to challenge people. Go ahead and post a picture to your social media, your Facebook. You can email me too. I'll put up my contact information here in a second, but go ahead and post pictures of how you're enjoying these meals and how maybe you're being creative with these meals. For example, I'll tell you, every New Year's, I have a meal that my wife and I do, and my family's been doing it for years. It's a little traditional meal. It's a roast meal. It's a roast pork with sauerkraut and kibasas and smoked sausage and so forth, and it's a good meal. But I'll tell you what, after the second day having leftovers, we wanted to switch it up. So last night what we did is we made melts. I made pork sauerkraut melts. It may sound a little different, but you know what? I got creative with what we had and went a little bit different. I want to thank my days over at La Quinta High for helping me out with that, with being creative with food. But no, that's exactly what we did. So that's what we'd like you to do with your meals. What you have from our distribution sites and so forth, you're getting fresh produce, you're getting actual frozen meals that you can cook. Hey, maybe get creative and do something special and post DSUSD meals. We'd love to see that. Please do that in the next week. I'm going to come back and check the hashtag and see if we have any photos here in about a week. So please do that. Hashtag DSUSD meals. And like I said, my contact information, if you'd like to go ahead and send information to me, you can go ahead and do that here. Let me go ahead and just highlight my email address up here so you have it. But you can also send me that information there at sean.webb@desertsands.us if you got a picture of you doing something creative with your meals. And we want to highlight that. And I know that Mr. Capello would like to share that with his nutritional staff so they can see what's going on there too. So make sure you get that information to us as soon as possible. That would be fantastic if you could send some pictures of what you're doing and having fun with our meals and so forth. All right, we're going to move on here. Just switching up here. Not having Chef Mary here, it's a little bit sore. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on and have our social media come up here. One of the things going on here, I'm going to add this to the stream. This is our Twitter page. You can follow us at Desert Sands USD. This is run by our communications department with Jan Diaz and Mary Perry, our public information officer. But we went ahead and we retweeted this information here. This is Kelly Laponzi, one of our school bus drivers, and she knit this blanket together to give to the California Highway Patrol. I was actually there that morning. This was, I believe, Friday, December 18th. We did all these pictures and so forth, took some information. This was just awesome. She sewed up her support for NDOCHP, and I believe they were raffling that off. Yesterday, I was over at Palm Desert High School. I covered their meal distributions as we picked up again for 2021. Got to catch up with Mr. Zink as well as, I was really happy to see Mr. Zink. He, as everyone knows, he went through COVID. He was in the hospital, but he's back at work behind his desk and doing a great job, and glad to see him there. You can see that we retweeted information about the regional and international K-12 students for their stories and so forth in the film festival that was put out by Riverside County. As well as, I'm going to do a little highlight on the UCAN report here in a second, but I do want to say that we did highlight one of our articles as written by a student, and we pushed that out, and I'm going to bring that up in a separate segment completely. But then we got Shadow Hills, who's saying, you know, go Knights, welcome to the new year. You know, this goes for everybody. Stay positive, work hard, and make it happen. That's what we want to make sure we do in 2021. And just moving along here, as I shared, grab and go meals. You want to make sure to come and get those 7 to 9:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays. Start up on January 4th. We'll continue on. That's going until the end of the school year. And as you guys are aware, right before the break, we had the Goldfish Bowl results, and we posted that information, and we shared that with everybody here. And what was awesome about that is we saw the great innovative ideas, and we were able to share that. But even better is Chef Mary and I are going to go ahead and have them on with us and have them talk about what they're doing with the money. So I'm going to start reaching out to them to see who's going to come on and share with what's going on. You know, we got the various schools that won prizes up to $3,000. So that's pretty amazing. Let me go ahead and show the Facebook page here. You can see this is our production now. We highlighted the video or the articles by our students in the UCAN report here. You can see those on our Facebook page, as well as I want to talk about this one here for a minute. These are Indio High School students. And let's see here. These Indio High School students teamed up with the Boys and Girls Club of the Coachella Valley, and they went ahead and they built a computer. And it's pretty awesome how they built this computer, and they're working with them to make sure that the students, the Boys and Girls Club, have options and opportunity to work with these types of computers. So it's pretty awesome that they did that. And then you can see our grab and go meals there that we're highlighting. But before we move on to the UCAN report, I want to highlight a section of our website. So this is a new section of our website that we have, which is called Super Seconds. And these are brief pandemic-related updates from the superintendent. And I'll say that these reports will come out as we get information. We post information here, and you got to give credit to our complete communications team of Jan and Mary that do that work directly with Mr. Bailey. And you can see all of the Super Seconds here. On 12/21, there was a new monitor and so forth, state and regional with the county and COVID data. You can read more there, but what's really cool is if you click here where it says view all posts, and this is all accessible on dsusd.us, the posts are most recent right here, as well as we've got all of the posts from the whole school year here on the left-hand side. Okay, and from what I understand, Mr. Bailey has a new post that'll be coming out within, I would say before lunchtime today. So you want to make sure that is where you're going to find your most up-to-date current information. And these are quick reads about what's going on. Obviously, you can see what's going on in the news, and what we're doing is we're making sure it's accessible for our families to see and so forth. So this is an example that was out on 12/21, where we're talking about some data, gave the blueprint for a safer California and so forth, as well as, you know, we even had the information about the updated CIF that came out on December 1st. Now there has been some other updates, and we'll continue to update, but know that Super Seconds, this information is the most current COVID related information that we get out to you, the pandemic related information that we get out to you from Mr. Bailey direct. So make sure you check that out, because that's definitely some important information. But I want to share with you, we have a great partnership with Cindy Ukin and the Ukin Report. And with that being said, for the next couple of months, we have students who are sharing about their pandemic experiences. And when I say they're sharing about their pandemic experiences, we've already had a couple that have been on the Ukin Report website. The first one was by Holly Hinman from Horizon School, expressing gratitude during a pandemic. And if you go to the article, it's a great quick read about what's going on in her life and how she's dealing with COVID, and how she's dealing with the pandemic, and how she's dealing with school and so forth. And she talks about her daily life. And it is pretty amazing how the Ukin Report has partnered with us to look for these articles written by our students regarding their experiences during a completely different time. Another person who wrote an article that was just out on January 1st. I actually know the student. I worked with her mom over at Palm Desert High School for a couple of years. Danica Larson, she's a senior over there. When I was at Palm Desert High, she's very active with the ASB and cheer. I know that she has a great article about keeping positive during the pandemic and so forth. And this is her article here. Learning online has been challenging, but she's found ways to keep positive. You can see here she volunteers, she works hard at school and so forth, and talks about everything that's going on in the school site. But what's even better is we have more articles coming up, and I take that back. I say, sorry, we have more articles coming up. January 15th, that's confirmed. Sergio Casarubias has got an article coming out, as well as Angela Torres from Shadow Hills High School has got one coming out. But I also share that Emma Svoboda, she wrote an article December 11th that was focused in the Yukon Report. Now, and I know Emma because I was an assistant principal at La Quinta when she was a freshman there, and for those of you that don't know Emma, she had signing day and she signed with a very large school to play basketball. Division I, Oklahoma State, I believe is the school. And when I was there, she was a freshman and she was a dominant force then. But it's pretty amazing that she's not only the amazing athlete over there, amazing student athlete over there, she's also the ASB executive president. So talk about somebody who's very busy, very active in their life right now. But this is an article that she talks about experience during a pandemic and what's going on with her and so forth. So a lot of great things and great partnerships that we have with Cindy Yukon, and thank you again with that. We just greatly appreciate the partnership there and that you highlight our students and all the great things that they're doing. But let's see here. We just want to go through my list of things, make sure we talked about. We talked about Super Seconds. Make sure you check that on dsusd.us. You can see the most up-to-date COVID information, pandemic information as it relates to Desert Sands. I want to make sure that our families and so forth that are picking up their meals, if you could go ahead and do us a favor and use hashtag DSUSD meals. We can post something creative about what you're doing with your food. I think that'd be really cool. It'd be really cool. And then I guess what I'd love to see is, I have down here, let's talk about New Year's resolutions. One of my New Year's resolutions, actually I started it in May and I want to make sure to continue it on. But as a part of my New Year's resolutions, I want to go ahead and increase the mileage that I'm walking and hiking weekly. So I'm saying this out loud online here. I want to hear what you guys are going to do. But what I plan to do this year is I got to love my Fitbit. It gives me great data. But from May until the end of the year, I averaged 43 miles a week of either walking or hiking. And what I would like to do is increase that in 2021 to 50 miles a week. So that means I'm going to have to get out a little bit more. That's just one more mile a day, but that's a lot. So I want to try and increase that to 50 miles a week that I'm averaging walking and hiking. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. You guys can go ahead and email me. You can tag us. You can go ahead and give me a shout out on Facebook. Give me a shout out on Twitter. I'm at Desert Weber. You're more than welcome to go ahead and send me a message there direct. I would love to know what your New Year's resolution is. But that's pretty much all we have for today. A little shorter show, but I wanted to make sure that everybody got the information coming out. Great news coming on Thursday. We're going to have the creators of the Confidence Women's Summit that's coming up in Palm Springs. And we're going to have the creators of that summit talk about our partnership with them and talk about our future partnership with them for the upcoming years. But what's pretty cool is, from what I understand, is our CTE students over at Palm Desert High School are actually involved with filming some of the interviews of their speakers and presenters for their second annual virtual conference. So you definitely want to tune in Thursday to get information about that. As well as Thursday, we're going to have a really cool surprise. As you know, we have a great partnership with CV Harvest Box. Well, most recently, we connected CV Harvest Box with La Quinta High School Chef Wood. And they have a really cool thing that they're going to be offering on CV Harvest Box website from La Quinta High School Culinary. And it's not what you think it'll be. So make sure to tune in Thursday, find out what's going on there. And before we log off here, I see that we got one more comment. Oh, you guys are too kind. I won't even, might as well say I'm doing a great job. And then thank you, Rick Contreras, indeed, Mary. You guys are too kind. I greatly appreciate it. But make sure you catch up with us on Thursday, Classroom Conversations. Like I said, CW3 Confidence conference can be discussed with the creators of it, as well as we're going to find out more about CV Harvest Box and our relationship and how that's developed into some opportunities for La Quinta High School. You guys have a great day. Make sure to wear your mask. As you can see, mine's right behind me, right there, and wash your hands. Have a good day.